Hello and welcome to another Wraggys beer review. So back to one of my home brews, to be honest. So the other day I bottled up my 6% milk stout, what it worked out to in the end because of the bloody lactose bit. Bottled that up, tried it, tasted lovely. Did the same with the butterscotch one, but because the barrel was far too bloody, lively, I had to drain it quickly, so I put 3 bottles, and I used some black cherry essence that Lincoln Green have been using in their, I assume, their Tuck Berry, which is a cherry porter. The good fella, the head brewer over at Lincoln Green, actually gave me a bottle of essence, a little bottle of essence. So, you know, put a bit in each. More of a taster really, to see how it's going. So anyway, there's the beer. As you can see, lovely black pour, dark tan head. We'll pour it in. This is the glass I used earlier, so it's clean. There's a beautiful cherry smell to this. Oh. So yeah, made using 2 Muntons Flagship milk stout kits with a kilo of dextrose brewing sugar and half a kilo of DarkSpray malt, using the 2 SA4 ale yeast that came with the kit, as with the 1 kilo of lactose that came with both the kits, and then finishing with a Kveik yeast, which is called Arset or Artex. I'm sure it's called Arset. That brews up to 16%. The initial ABV was supposed to be 14.4, but because of the lactose element that doesn't ferment out, it actually ended up at 10%, which is what it is. It's a lovely black pour, lovely tan head on it. I mean, it just looks amazing. I mean, I'm happy I made it. Again, that cherry aroma. Malty, cherry, chocolate. Do you know, even, I know I made it, so people are bound to say, well, you made it, you're going to like it. Well, maybe. I made pomegranate juice wine and prune juice wine. I drank them and it was like, and yeah, I was blatantly, obviously not impressed with them, as with this though. There's a lovely thickness to the pour, a lovely aroma of cherry with the other elements coming in, and at room temperature it's absolutely divine. Secondary fermented for 2 days. That's how long it's been down the shed, since Sunday. It's now Tuesday night, and it's tasting absolutely divine. I mean, I've brewed Imperial Stouts using all grain and using Love Brewing's Imperial Stout kit, which isn't as good as it used to be. All grain is a ridiculously long-winded process. The quality at the end, yeah, it is decent. As with regards to the Love Brewing Imperial Stout kit, it's easy enough to brew. Bit of a pain in the arse, them stupid bloody foil bags, and then putting the hops, not having hop bags, putting the hops into the brew. I've learnt my lesson on that, and I actually put it into a separate blooming bag so that I can take the hops out at the end and it's not all over the brew. And then there's this method using Muntons Flagship. Again, bit of prattling about with them cans. Why they don't put it into plastic bags that you can pour hot water in, swish it around, empty it out. It's so easy. Bulldog Brews, Hambleton Bard, that's the actual working name of the place. The way they do their kits is much better. I've got to say that because I got the kits for £13.75 each, so £27.50 for the kits. I had another £9 for the spray malt and the brewing sugar, so that brings it up to £36.50. I had another £6 for the yeast, 42 quid. So 42 quid, I got 24 litres. You're going to have to add some extra on for the butterscotch essence. I got that for free, so I can't really say it, but so it's looking at 48 quid, which is just over £1 a pint for a 10%. 10% Imperial Stout. Now that I cut a beer festival last weekend. The cheapest you could get a 10% Imperial was £7.50 a pint. The dearest for a 10%er was £7 a third, 21 quid. 21 quid a pint versus brewing it yourself for a quid. It is a no-brainer that brewing yourself, if you can do it, you know, if you've got the patience and to do it, yeah, it's an absolute no-brainer to have a go yourself. Anyway, on with this. It's thick, it's black, tan head, good lacing on the glass. And I think I've got the cherry element just right. It's not in your face cherry, but it's not too subtle either. It's there. I know that Bang the Elephant layer. So they'll do a base Imperial Stout. And if you don't know this, if you're a brewer like me and you don't realise this, a lot of breweries, and I do mean most breweries, use some sort of essence in their beer to get the flavours. There's not many breweries out there who don't, for anything that's got a flavour to it, don't use essence. You know, so anything that's got a flavour that's not naturally there will most likely be an essence. But anyway, let's not worry about that. So Bang the Elephant will brew their base Imperial Stout. So for a bit like Lumiere, shall we say, an absolute world-class Imperial Stout, they'll then layer flavours of essence into it. So this is, again, I don't know any further than this, apart from the fact that they'll layer it in. And they'll have cherry, vanilla, chocolate, and it'll go on different flavours. So whether they put that in at different moments or they just chuck it in together and hope for the best, I don't know on that side of things. Yeah, but I do know that they layer the flavours in, and most breweries across the country will be doing the same thing. Yeah, you got a peanut butter Imperial Stout, they're not putting bloody peanut butter into the Imperial. they're putting peanut butter essence into the Imperial. And yeah, you'll find this. With hoppy beers, yellow beers, shall we say, then for the most part, it's going to be the hops that control it. But on beers, darker beers, Impy Stouts, the hops only get so far. Yeah. Prove me wrong. But, you know, I've seen what breweries do. I've chatted to enough breweries to know how they get around getting flavours into beers and that. Certainly on the craft beer side of things. On the modern traditional side of things, they may well use some sort of hops done in a certain way to get certain flavours in, or certain ingredients to get those flavours. But I'll guarantee that most of the breweries are using essences. The good breweries know what they're doing. See, and I put this in the post earlier, that I've had many beers, many flavoured beers, you know, like a butterscotch or a toffee porter, and so on and so forth. And there's the ones that taste artificial, and mainly from bloody places like Aldi or Lidl, to be fair. But there's the ones that taste artificial, the flavouring. That's obviously where they're either using cheap essence or they're not doing it right, you know, which is funny because, you know, as a brewer, you would think they would know how to brew beer. Then you're getting ones that it's too subtle, so they're trying to skimp on the essence they put in, because essence is not cheap. And then you're getting some that are too strong, where they've overcooked it, overdone it on the essence. So the balance is a thing, and you know, getting that balance, that's where small batch brews are amazing, because if you do a small batch, you can tweak, and once you've tweaked it right, then you pretty much know on a large scale brew that you're going to get something that you know, is what you want. Yeah, it's got to that, and the cherry is just, yeah, it's good. It's also sleeping juice, so I've got to be careful not to drink too much. But yeah, just this glass. Although I did have a glass earlier for, you know, tasting reasons, which is why I've come onto this review, because I thought, bloody hell, that needs reviewing, and it is. It's oh. And it just goes to show you what you can brew. You know, using beer kits, using extra ingredients, and the time difference between, like, it took me 40 minutes to brew this, because opening them flipping tins was a swine. Yes, it was lively. You want to see the brewer in the bath at the moment. Jesus me. I hadn't even looked since last night. And yeah, I had to shower the bath last night. Yeah, lost a couple of litres of the beer, which is a bit of a shame. And I need to go up and check it tonight and see how it's cooking. Albeit I'm shattered because I've done another long day. And but it just goes to show you, what you can do. So, would I drink this again? Yeah. I've only got 2 bottles as well at the 10%. I'd love to be able to afford to brew 2 Muntons milk stouts together, but when it's at full price, then then it's not a cheap kit to brew. So where do you go? Do you go for a cheaper kit, double it up, and that? But the fact that it's got lactose with it gives it a nice thick body to it. It tastes and looks amazing. I'm happy with that. If that was commercial, but if I'd paid for this as a commercial stout in front of me, a commercial Imperial at 10%, if I'd paid a fiver for a third of that, I would be happy with that. Genuinely happy. And that's all you need to know. So would I drink it again? Well, yeah, obviously. Out of 5. I'd give it a good 4.6 easy out of 5. It's a good beer. Look at the head retention. Lacing, head retention. Brilliant. Not gassy or anything. It's only been thingy in 2 days, so it's solid already after 2 days. So most of it's going to sit on the beer wall, and I need to get my beer wall, my homebrew beer wall, down a bit. So more beer with Wraggys coming up on the channel, which are in a lot of ways are quite interesting because they take the strain off the doing lots of different beer reviews, and sometimes I get so used to drinking my own homebrew that I actually appreciate my own brew more. By heck, I'll sleep tonight. What a lovely cherry taste as well. Not too strong and certainly not too weak. Good, good, good. Cheers all.